It's me, Best Braj, Ultimate Braj, Supreme Braj, Super Braj. Little Slater, how you doing? Not bad yourself. I'm doing good also. I'm hopeful for this dialogue management system that I'm considering doing. Be nice. So I'm gonna create a new file. Can you just do any file? Right, but I want to change the name. Can I just do that? No. So it's like stuck as a certain type of file. Okay. Just show it in desktop then, I guess. Soup Tart. Hello, Watery Tart. How you doing? Let me show you what I'm looking at here. I want this to be... Is that what I want? There's a couple of twice on formats. Twine JSON. I just thought there was a better one than this. I'm also good. Finished another devlog. Your green screen has a little corner piece that's not coming. God damn it. God damn it. Thank you, Slater. That would have bugged me if I found out about it later. There was perfection. Charger should be here today. That means music. So that one is default storage format. Didn't know that was default. Did I make it default? That's interesting. Hello, Azrael. How you doing today? Right, you had another repo. Tinsel twice on. You're not the stream boss, Slater. What are you working on? I'm trying to make an automated dialogue loader because I'm realizing that the process I have is so manual that it's gonna take a tremendous amount of time, and furthermore I think it's kind of subconsciously affecting my willingness to write dialogue. I'm kind of like intentionally avoiding writing too many dialogues because each of them includes like 10 copy and pastes, so that's just unacceptable for a game that's hopefully gonna have pretty well developed dialogue. So I need to automate it so that I can do that, so I can kind of flow freely, you know? you know, it'd be really important to have kind of dialogue paths that are not commonly taken but are still well written, and that this is going to enable that. Doing well, interesting morning. Got an offer of some freelance narrative work based on the studio enjoying my writing style in a simple text adventure. Pretty random, but I'll take the compliment. Yeah, that sounds excellent. Are you gonna take it? Yeah, in any case, it's a great compliment. And hello, Game Winter. How you doing today? I'm just wondering if this format works. Interesting, 0.02. Okay. So if we change the format here to twice on 0.02. Okay. Just ended school, so I'm doing great. Awesome. Still doing these escapes. Could have sworn the stuff I was looking at yesterday wasn't doing that. I should be able to fix that with a script, I think. I may well do it for more experience. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's paid as well, that'd be good. But yeah. Real programmers use Notepad. That is true. I aspire to it. So, okay. Start and story. So does it change if I change the format to... I can't see it here. That's interesting. Okay, that's confusing. More recent version of the story format is already installed. Okay, so they've overwritten themselves. Quick research question: when you compile in default, how does it generate the executable? I have no idea, son. You're gonna have to Google that. I think they have some documentation on the bundling process, but I wouldn't even understand what they do or how it works at all. In freelance narrative work, do you write the story or do you make the story more complex, or how does it work? I'm sure that's really dependent on the project. It could be any or all of those, I guess. I'd wager. Can you show yourself doing it? Well, you won't see. Like, I guess I can. That's, I don't know if you can see that, but that's what you see. Let me see if I can get it. There. That's it. Varies depending on the project. This one would be expanding the content. That's cool. I feel nervous doing that because you could, like, what if you do it wrong? So yeah, that wasn't very informative, was it? Does the icon change? What icon? No, it doesn't. You mean like in the taskbar? No, nothing changes there. I'm pretty sure. No. Default icon or your game's icon? Well, it launches another executable, which is default icon. I don't actually know if it would be mine. I haven't implemented mine, so there isn't one. Game doesn't only have gameplay, can hire someone to write the story. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can hire anyone to do anything, GameLancer. this is quite important research, then I suggest the default is free to download and use, and the documentation is available freely online. So if it's important research, then I guess that kind of answers it, right? I don't think he means that. He was asking about the bundling process, Slater. I would love to do that kind of freelance work. Yeah, I mean, then get to practicing, I guess, and write stuff. Okay, I'm gonna check. Just see how this does. So that is that. Right now I'm working on a 3D horror game though. Why is that a sad smiley? Or is that no, that's a / smiley, I guess. Which will be story driven. There you go, that's your portfolio. So that would be dialogue controller / dialogue files. So we're gonna take out this NPC stuff. It's kind of hard, never done 3D before. Yeah, me neither. So I believe you that it's difficult. I'm sure it is. It's another bloody dimension you gotta wrangle. Test.json should then be dialogue controller / dialogue files. It's actually that. Great. I do get some tips from a streamer though. What kind of streamer would give tips? That's unacceptable. I don't think it has the passages bit anymore. That's what's confusing me. So whatever I looked at yesterday is different to this. Cannot run program. That's great. That is pretty cool. Everything has to remain a secret. I had this issue very recently and I can't remember what it was. I do worry that I might have to restart default because of this. Because... what happened there? Dialogue controller / dialogue files. That's fine. Bundling still won't work, I don't think. Can't find dialogue controller scripts or Brittle Rock NPC. Okay, interesting. Okay, so that's not working. I'm going to reboot it, which is we're gonna lose all the frames. Hopefully this fixes it though, otherwise can't remember what the fix was. Yeah, rebooting default just eats up all the CPU, so the stream goes really choppy, unfortunately. Hoping the audio doesn't go too bad. And the project's quite big, so it takes a long time to load as well. I hate it when I bonk something because I'm worried about how loud it is on the mic. I think that shouldn't have been too bad, but it might have been anyway. I was trying to shut stuff off earlier to minimize CPU usage and whatever. Discord is like almost like spyware. You can't shut it down, it's crazy. That was pretty loud. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, it was an accident. I may have to learn Lua in a month. How come? If default is doing the madness I think it's doing, then it may be needed. Honestly, we're loading anyway, so let me check. I really suggest you just check out the documentation. Have you done that already? Bundle. Because it doesn't use, I don't think it uses Lua to do bundling. What does it do? Get this over here and then switch over here. As long as you don't drop the mic, that'll probably be worse. Well, the mic is on a stand, so if I drop the mic, that means things are falling apart. Yeah, a Java jar archive. To run the Bob tool, we need Java 8 installed. So I think this is what's bundling. I think this is what's doing the bundling. So like, I don't understand what this is, but I would look at this. Hello Reaper, how you doing? Don't make the stand fall. I promise I will not let the stand fall. There's a .jar thing there, which is even more interesting. I don't know much, but I can almost guarantee that it has nothing to do with Lua. I have a stand that's gripping the table. I'm interested in what is exported by default and see if I can go from there. Cool. Reaper, have you been VRing as much recently? Right, so it's bundling now. Great. We're not loading that, but that's okay. At least we can build. So dialog controller, dialog files, Brittle Rock, JSON. Okay. So let's check out what this is doing. Those work well because I'm planning on buying one, but my table's pretty unsteady because of rug. I am having zero issues with the stand. That's all I can say. So what are you trying to load here? You're trying to load, yeah, a file that doesn't exist. That's why you're not able to do it. Brittle Rock. Even if you shake the table. Shaking, shaking. Nothing. Is it leaning on the screen? No, it's not. It's really sturdy. Top brush, seal of approval. If it's like the one I have, it's a small vice to hold it in place. Yes, that is also the situation I'm in. So we're talking about a story. Routes, that's interesting. Story. How can I expand this? Where's the thing? There's the thing. Right, so start brittle 1, story, brittle 8. So these are in no particular order apparently. What is 2? Oh, that's weird. Brittle 8 goes where? Yeah, brittle 8 should go to 12 and 10. 10 and 12. That's bizarre. Hey, games you should know. I am working on streamlining my dialogue system. So I'm using Twine to write dialogue, which works great. The problem is getting it from Twine to my game. And currently what I did was I copy and paste everything from each of these dialogue nodes, paste it into a spreadsheet that formats it to a Lua readable format, and then I have to copy that into a script, which takes forever. So I'm trying to get some kind of JSON export from Twine that I can more automatically load into the game. It's a bit beyond what I'm used to doing, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at when I'm decoding stuff. What's new with you guys? How's your big construction project going? Yeah, I don't like this format. I don't like it one bit. Could I change it back? Formats. We want this one. Can I default? Why is it default? I don't want it. I want to change the source. Okay. Automation makes for a happy top, Raj. Hell yeah. I was noticing that I was kind of avoiding writing too much dialogue because of the pain in trying to implement it. And I was just like, that's unacceptable. So I need to fix it. Going great, almost done all the wiring inside it. Soon it'll be all cosmetic / finishing. Awesome. That's pretty exciting. Alright. Pinnacle, Swift Shader. Alrighty, that's not the avenue I'm looking for. Okay, so is there another format that works well then? We have the exporting data from Twine to JSON. So I wonder why it's reorganizing this stuff. So I know, so basically we're gonna go through everything in the story table. Everything there has we have a string that is the name of the node. It's got content, that's the text. Which we could clean a little bit, but it's not too bad. Then it's got routes, which is the choice is this is different to what I was looking at yesterday. That's confusing me. So decoded is JSON decode test JSON print decoded print decoded 1. So decoded 1 was giving me an output like this. So I want to do story decoded dot story and then, well, let's look at what this does. This should look roughly the same, but I guess the problem is that I wonder if I can extract those names. I'll try and restart Twine. Hopefully I can copy in the old version. It's just strange that it starts treating itself as default. I don't want it to. And I can't like remove it if I don't like it anymore. So in the dialogue here, do you just not want to load anymore? Come on, Twine, you can do it. Okay, that's better. So, story format cannot be added. A more recent version of the story format twice on is already installed. I understand this, but I don't want the more recent one. And I can't remove it because it's treated as default. How can I use it as default? God damn it. Twice on change default format. So bug in 2.1.1, what are we using? Two point 2.1, great. No, it's that's 2.1.1, so this is newer, okay. That's not giving me what I need. As usual, just saying a quick hello and gotta run to work. Have a great day. Likewise, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have an excellent day at work. See you later. God, this is frustrating. How can I change this? If I print brittle one, because I don't have to. I'm sure it's not. There's no easy way to read the string version of the variable. So brittle one is a part of the story table, and it contains the route, which is going to 3 and 2, which I believe means out of the node. The content is purely the text in the node. So there's nothing in there other than the variable name to specify the name of this. That's not great. Format already installed. I wish I could uninstall. Twine uninstall format. What is the latest version? 2.2.1, which is the one I'm using. That's annoying. Could I reinstall it, maybe? Just gonna copy these stories to make sure. Show library. Okay, duped. Copy them into a backup file. Good. Then uninstall Twine. Okay. Duped. Right, that's it removed. Twine Arena. Almost bonked the mouse there, which would have been annoying. It didn't. It didn't. Error opening file for writing. That's concerning. Expect this to be broken now. Okay. It looks sufficiently reinstall, uninstall. No, it doesn't. Is there any Twine stuff still open? Not that I can see. Right, so I can't delete it because I need admin privileges. Delete folder. Do I need to go into the command line or something? I think. I was read only. I could do it. That's fine. Error occurred applying trims to the file. Access is denied. Why do I not have access? This is stupid. I want access. Give me access. Okay. Not sure what's happening, but I'll act like I do. That makes two of us. I'm trying to uninstall a thing, but it won't uninstall properly, and I don't have access to delete it. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Sounds like a pain. It is a pain. Thank you for feeling it. I was able to cut it out of there. Can I just delete that? Yeah. So if I moved it out of that directory, I could do it. Okay. So let's try reinstalling it now. Hopefully that works. Yep, that seemed better. Let's try that then. Let's just run it. So it's still loading the stories. I guess that's fine. It was would have been kind of annoying if it deleted all your stuff as well when you installed it. Formats. Damn it. Still the same one. And this one doesn't work. I just want to add. That's annoying. No. I guess I need to give up on this for now. I'm kind of stumped on what to do to change the format, which is really annoying because I wanted to fix this now. Deep concentration phase. Yeah, it's basically the emote, isn't it? It's half concentration, half frustration. Spinning dog head for some reason. Excuse me? Thank you very much for the sub. 11-month streak. Almost a year. That's mad. How you doing, himself? Spinning dog head. I love it. I don't understand it, but I love it. It doesn't show the emote that was showing for me. Hard to believe it's been almost a year. It is, right? Time just absolutely flies. I'm like actually slightly mad. Just knew what this is like using. So this is the HTML file. 1 year down, 2 more years to go. What? 2 more years what? Creator twine, creator version, IFID, format twice on. Okay, but how can I... See, that's the problem. Yeah. If I could find what is causing that to happen until release, hope not. If I could find what causes this to happen, that's why it won't run, because it thinks it's on the newest version, or maybe it is, but that doesn't matter to me because I don't want it pointing to that. How do I change the friggin' default story format even? Why can't I use any of these as default? Default story format can't be. Yeah, use as default. Why is that not an option? Oh my god. Change default story format. Why? So it's the tinsel twice on, that's the problem. So this... What if I made a local thing that thinks it's a higher version? Is that possible? Or am I crazy? Well, I'm working on bashing my head onto my desk. I'm trying to get JSON exports out of Twine, and I've like accidentally got a newer version that works for the exporting format, which works worse than the old version, and I'm unable to change it back, which is annoying the heck out of me. So if I'm just guessing, maybe I could download it locally. I don't know if you can point to a local URL or something, I don't know. I am officially out of my depth. Format.js, I don't know. Format, add new format, doot. Twice on 0.03. Oh, other people's tools fun, hell yeah. Right, let's see how what this does. Can I delete the other one? It's overwritten it. Okay, let's see. That actually worked. I'm a gosh darn genius. That is hilarious. I cannot believe that worked. That's so stupid. Well, that was a good use of time. How long is that? 50 minutes roughly on the stream? Probably a bit less, but roughly, yeah. Thanks, Azrael. That's so dumb. Okay, let's try this. So it's passages. Pretty print decoded dot passages. So this again should be all of the nodes. So I want to go into just the first node, presumably, to loop through them. So that's giving us, yeah, it truncates because there's too much data. So basically, yeah, I just want to go decoded passages 1. Are you still eating bugs, or is that just a one-time thing? I'll do it for the right price. Note that A Knight donated like $100 and like 25 gift subs. So that's the last price for bug eating. Oh God, I'm so happy. I was so close to giving up there, and I'm glad I stuck with it. Right, so this is output that I can work with. So it gives me, the only thing I need to do is split these. I thought you liked it though. It was actually kind of delicious. You also had bugs laying around. I do have bugs laying around. I'm quite staunchly in favor of what is it? Entophagy? What's it called? But entomology or something is knowledge of insects or something. But I'm like really in favor of it because I think it's way better for the environment. It's arguably more ethical as long as you're okay with, like, if you think a cow is more valuable than an insect, then it is. And finally, it still kind of ticks the health boxes. Entomology. So I think it should become an industry. I think it'd be great if it did. And I'm putting my mouth where my opinions are, I guess. So I have absolutely no problem eating insects. You made it rain? Where? Hopefully not here. I've got washing outside. Just put a lot of bugs on a plate and drown them in hot sauce and you got a meal. Probably, yeah. Hello, Strezkev. Entomography. That sounds like something else. Like, is that like painting insects or scanning them or something? Vigrate. Hello. Today I learned I'm bad at counting when I wake for 50 hours in a row. Yep. Apparently I've been awake for some time as well. It isn't more ethical, it's just less guilt-inducing for humans. Yeah, well, it depends. Actually, my endorsement's behind grown meat. I'd go there as well. Depends on... What I like about the insect eating is that you get like all the organs and stuff. I don't eat enough organ meats. I just eat muscle meat because I'm lazy. But we're eating less of it. But yeah, grown meats and insects, I think, sounds cool. But yeah, I was talking to a vegan and I didn't get into it enough, but she was saying that the main problem was consent. And I was wondering how she defines that, because can lettuce give consent? And if not, what's required? What level of development is required before you need consent from something? So presumably her argument would be, well, it doesn't have, I don't know, it's not capable or doesn't feel pain. I don't know. But then I'm like, what about mussels? You know, the clams or whatever. Do we need to seek consent from them? I don't know. Mushrooms? Because they've got like kind of a nervous system, I guess? I don't know. Grass releases pheromones when cut toward another grass. Exactly. So I think the consent thing is a bit fraught with difficulty. I was pretty drunk when I spoke to her. I wanted to troll her, but we didn't have that long of a conversation. You're an industry? How dare you? I'd probably die from allergy eating insects, at least of the mollusk variety. Oh, I see. You're allergic to the seafood and stuff, or shellfood. Shellfish, not shellfood. Even plants have kind of a nervous system. Exactly. So I'm wondering what the definition is of something that requires consent. And like, honey isn't vegan, is it? I'm not really sure how that relates to consent. I guess you shouldn't steal the the honey from the bees, but do they need it? What if you replace it with other nutrients? Then I don't know. So I did that, right? So we get, so we get the name, tick. We get the text, tick. And it doesn't even look like it's been modified. So this is better than the newer version, which is cray cray. Honey is tree blood. Ugh. Honey is bee vomit. Exactly. If someone wants to eat my vomit, I don't feel like I need, like if I puke on the street, I suppose that's not the same because honey, bees make honey in their house. So if I puke in my house and someone comes in and wants to eat it, would I feel like they require my consent? That I would feel the violation was them entering my house, not eating my vomit, I guess. I don't know. When I was a vegetarian, I would say I don't eat animals, so I don't feel as guilty when I consume humans instead. I like that. That took me a moment to parse. It's meant for the nourishment of their young, not as filthy humans. What if you puke for your baby? Well, if the person who wanted to eat my puke replaced that with something that was like equally of equal quality as my vomit, as yeah. Yes, I just brought this conversation back to cannibalism. You sure did. Your puke isn't constructive, arguably. That's probably good, watery tart. For some reason, people hate it when vegans talk about veganism. It's probably for good reason, but that doesn't mean that every vegan that talks about veganism is obnoxious. Only you. Right, so this... Yeah, so that looks good. Hang on just one little minute. I'm just joshing you. Just joshing. Ultimate non-consent. Black holes eating suns. That is true. You approach the man, blah 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 blah. Does it end on a it doesn't end on a quotation mark. That is very strange. Veganism is like religion. It's fine to practice it in the privacy of your own home, but don't push it on others. I've heard more lewd versions of that. Vegan active Twitter communists can get pretty annoying from time to time. I bet. I've been in so many situations where people bring it up and get super salty for no reason. Yeah, I could see that. Like, obviously I've never been vegan, but I can totally imagine that people, as much as it's a trope that vegans are really militant about it and, always bring it up, I think equally, if anyone ever finds out that someone's a vegan, they just like pounce on it. I mean, that's what I did when I was drunk and I found out that girl was vegan. I was just like, why are you vegan? They need to be super active on Twitter and super vegan and super communist. All of them together makes them annoying. I can imagine for sure. Right, so if we go to, we start this bad boy in the rock brittle area, and furthermore, we remove these. I think it's a preemptive defensive reaction because people are so used to the militant vegans who judge them. It could possibly be. There's probably an element of, I don't know. From my personal point of view, I don't think I'm so much defensive as like offensive when I get to that point. This guy legit started talking to me about it and was like, "Vegans are killing themselves. All their food is made in a lab." That doesn't even make any sense. All the food's made in a lab. Was he talking about stuff like B12 and things like that? Maybe. Local function, parse dialog file. So I'm not gonna do too much with that at this moment, but let's just shift that in here. Have you watched Love, Death and Robots? We watched 2 episodes of it. I really didn't like, what was it called, Sonia's Edge or something? I didn't like that one. It was just too edgy. 3D titties everywhere. It's too much. The one with the 3 robots was way better. I enjoyed that one. Then he started talking about how everyone should do keto and talking about pizza dough made out of chicken bones. Mental. I mean, I'm pro keto, but I haven't even heard of pizza dough made out of chicken bones. That sounds pretty gross, to be honest. Okay, so the code is that. Wasn't paying attention until I heard the words 3D titties everywhere. See, you gotta pay attention. Otherwise you miss 3D titties. Length, decode, passages. As long as it's their lifestyle choice, they don't get upset at everyone else for not following their own lifestyle choice, and they don't make it the most important part of their personality. I'm super fine with vegans. The last one is important because people seem to lose their personality when they decide their personality is a label instead. Same thing often happens with certain mental health disorders like borderline personality disorder. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Magri, and I could probably just carbon copy your opinion and be fine with it. For sure, more power to anyone doing keto. You don't wanna, because you can't have your crazy seitan and whatever else you have. What was the other stuff? You've made all sorts of weird, doughy things. The idea that someone can come in and be like, you're killing yourself while refusing to acknowledge that everyone reacts differently to diets. Yeah, that's, it's like, yeah. That, I don't want to shit too much on the guy, because that sounds like me, like, 8 years ago. I acknowledge I was a ding dong back then, but I felt I was right, I guess. Seitan has no carbs. What? What? What even? I thought it was made out of gluten. Right, see you soon. Or I want to do, okay, so dialog templates. Local passage is equal to, well, nil at this point, and then you say that passage is equal to decode passages. Nope, passages I dialog templates passage name is equal to an empty table, I think. Well, we could actually just do it all in one. Okay, so we'd still need to give it an avatar. I see. Well, that's not too awful, I guess. What are we looking at here? I'm trying to find... Good afternoon to you, David. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. So what else do we need? So we've got the dialog ID covered, text covered, avatar not, options yes, targets yes, closing not. Okay, that's fine. So we need to do closing and avatars. Interesting. Let's see how we deal with that. This is still worthy of pursuing my mind. It's weird how this isn't parsed properly. Like, it's basically just copied both things. You know what I would do? I would have a table with avatars. Oh. My dad was big into the satanic panic scare in the US during the 80s and was very against me having a magic 8-ball or doing magic tricks because he thought it would somehow release literal demons. He also wanted me not to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh anime because of the beasts were considered satanic to him. I honestly shouldn't have watched it because the show has horrible writing, but that's a different thing altogether. Well, he probably just wanted to because it was not allowed, I guess. I'm gonna carry stuff upstairs. Good luck, I believe in you. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't think we probably had that stuff in Sweden as well, but it was probably just before my time. I don't know if my parents were affected affected by it. We had never any such restrictions, even though my parents were Catholic. So, dialog template passage name is equal to... This is a thing. Why don't we say... Let's pretty print dialog templates.brixel1. That should be a thing. Should have this as a thing. I'm sure some of us were born because of our parents and black magic. You're saying I'm some kind of demon baby. Attempt to index global decode a null value. That's interesting. Decode. Okay. That's fine. That is an acceptable error. I played D&D and ended up being confronted by the elders of the church I went to because of that. I also liked fantasy drawing books because who doesn't like to draw dragons? The elders confiscated the drawing book from me with my dad's permission because they were afraid I was summoning demons. That's mad. I would understand if they were afraid you were going to, like, you know, all commit suicide or kill someone or something like that, but they were afraid of actual demons? That's weird. Why? So I changed that. Local decoded is JSON decode test JSON. Run length is decoded passages. That's weird. I thought this was done. Let's try that again. Fridays aren't so happy when you have to go to college on Saturdays. What? That sucks. Why'd you have to do that? 309. What? I see. That was silly of me. Because reasons. We also had a huge split in the congregation when I became a vegetarian because half the church thought I was doing something horrible by being a vegetarian. Why did... I hope your church was tiny because, like, you seem to have, like, taken up an odd amount of their attention. That's very strange. Okay, that seems to work, actually. That's pretty awesome. So the text then would be text is equal to... In reality, I ate less meat because I kept feeling slow and tired after eating meat, where I felt like I had more energy when I ate less to no meat. That's crazy. That's what you need to kind of take into account with the guy who is giving Watertower hassle, and something that I wouldn't have acknowledged before. But if I have a diet that doesn't have meat, like, and I have quite a carby meal or something, I feel sluggish as hell. So basically, the opposite reaction to what you have. The town is 3,000 people big, and the church at that time had like 150 people. That's a lot of people to be so focused on what you're doing. Passage dot. I think it's passage.text. See how that does. I'm kind of concerned that that will not parse properly. You approach the man standing near a large rock embedded. Ooh, the text goes all the way to include the links, I see. On the other hand, I'm getting a new PC next week. That's exciting. Is it a monster? How are you, Alex? I'm good. I'm good. I was a bit frustrated earlier, but I managed to solve the problem, so now I'm just experimenting with stuff here. It's a small town in the Bible Belt. No one has anything better to do than gossip. It keeps them from focusing too much on their own skeletons when they can judge others instead. Too right. Too right. Not a monster by any means. Pretty print, decoded, dot passages, 1. That's what that looks like. So we don't need to pretty print this. Oh, I could hear a noise from my 3D printer. I'm just gonna quickly check that it's all right. We're good, everything's fine. Back to work for me. I have like 3 more hours of programming left. You can do it. I believe in you. So here, so I need to basically, problem is, what happens, I could place an ending symbol or something. Like tilde or something. So I'm just gonna stop looping this. If I is equal to 1, then just to, because I'm gonna manually change something in this, and I don't want it breaking on every other one or something. So I'm just gonna change that, and then I'm gonna save text. Stone remains still, and then add a tilde because that's what we'll use to finish. Kitty's on my lap and it's making my lap very, very hot, but it is a cat, so I don't want to wake her up. Is that your new kitty? That's awesome. So we had Lua split string by character. Is that a thing? How to split string like this by character? Yes, that uncontrollable little brat sure sounds like a cat. Do I have any functions for this already? Split is a table. So we're looking at the HUD. HUD overlay, GUI script. I'm sure we did some of this stuff here for the log. Process log, add log. String library tutorial, there you go. String length. Last space. Cut index. I think you might have a small typo in log templates totem shadow that seems unnecessary. How did you catch that? Where is log templates? Totem shadow. You are correct, sir. I think that's pulled from somewhere here as well. Template somewhere, yeah. Thanks for that. I appreciate it, Casual Writer. So 100 grams of seitan, 400 calories, 50 grams protein, and like only 16 grams carb. That is not keto though. It's not keto. Don't know if water retards there, so I'm gonna shoot that at him. So right, the tilde thing. So string. So Google Docs chat. Yeah, I'm like, why the hell is that there? No problem, happy to help. Only get a chance to look up for my own work occasionally. That's fine. That's a Nilo, yeah, I know. I'm not doing it by choice. He insists. Always trolling me on stream through Google chat. Generate a string of new character codes. No, find the first occurrence of the pattern in the string past. So that would, I guess, work. So you do find and then split. Corey Meow, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? G sub, nope. Length, lower, match. Extract substrings by matching patterns. String match. I have 2 questions for you, and then a thing. 2 questions. Surely you have to explain yourself better there. String format, string match. That's just horse hockey. There's no way to split in Lua by default. Found this though. Split string in Lua. Nice. Thank you, Yag. Was the 3D printer okay? Yes, it was. Making black pudding, which is some kind of big ooze or goo or something. Function. Actually, I've already had that part. Function split. String, because I think that I already have split. Yeah, that's what does that do? Wait, did I already? Is that already that? What? Why is this one like way longer? String pattern. God damn it! I already did have that. Okay, that's annoying. Text is equal to split that by that. It returns. Today is the day of why? It sure is. It returns a table of results, so I want the first result. Think. Did this work? If it did, then it would be easy to do the options and targets as well, I think. Text, you approach the man, stand your large rock and then in the ground. Oh, oh, it looks good. When is the day of why not? Never. J is equal to 1. Passage links. No, we don't need to do that. It's going to be simpler than that, I think. So for J, and so that passage name dot option targets, options and options targets. So options is an empty table, option targets is an empty table, dialog templates, passage name. Hello F me, you made it! Table insert. So the table is dialog templates, passage name dot options. And what we're inserting is a text. So that will be, we'll be splitting passage links J dot name based on this symbol. This is never gonna work first time. And then option targets. Yeah, I know why it's not gonna work first time because I'm doing it wrong. I don't need to do that split twice, so we probably save a little bit of time there. Do expect a new table. I'm good, F me, how are you? Oh my goodness, it worked. Option targets, brittle 2, brittle 3, text, you approach man, blah, blah, blah. Does this mean it does work? That's amazing. This is great. I'm fine, I've been cleaning my room all day. That sounds like fun. Now the interesting thing is, what I could do, Why does it work? Why not? That's the answer. So what did we have here? We had closing and character avatar. Yeah, there's new arrangement and all. Nice refreshment. Nice. Care to explain? What? Why it works? I just thought I wasn't expecting it to work because I thought it was too much going on here. Do you want me to explain what I'm doing? Because Alex is a magician. That is true. FME is correct. So that should give me an output that looks like this. Chuck this in here. Well, if he's a magician, can you transport me to Wednesday? Yeah, all I'd do is like, I'd drug you or knock you out and then like wake you up on Wednesday. Because you didn't say which Wednesday. Black magic, hell yeah. Next Wednesday, yeah, okay. That's definitely more doable than last Wednesday. Avatar. That's when I get the new PC, I think. Ah, I see. So I'm just gonna do this badly first. And then clean it up afterwards. So this should now, it should have our avatar and it should allow us to close the dialogue. Or did I put false? I can't remember now. I said closing is true, right? And then I'll just, to make sure, I'll reload it and check that we can close. So the avatar is correct, we can close. So if I change this here, and then play. Did you have a world map in your game? I do have a placeholder. There will be a world map, yes, but it's not done. If that makes sense. So now I shouldn't be allowed to close out of the dialogue, I guess? That's the plan. Nope, that didn't work. Is that because it's a string false, I think. What if I use my amazing function to Boolean? If that works, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Can you show it? I need some inspiration. I can show it to you, but it's bad because it doesn't have any graphics in it. It just has I exported some. There's like a map generation program that I used, so that's it. But it doesn't look like anything. The only thing that's actually completed graphics are these pins, basically, and then you hover over them and it says what location it is, and you can fast travel there. How do you actually convert anything to Boolean? Alright, I'll tell you how. It's because it's a string, and Lua is supposed to be, I don't know, what's it called? Loosely typed or dynamically typed or whatever. But if you have a string false, it doesn't parse it as a Boolean. So you have to. So that's why I have this function that converts a string false to a Boolean false. Which I showed it to my IRL friend and he laughed at me, saying it was awful. But how else are you gonna do it? See, it works. It actually worked because now the option to close the dialogue isn't there. So. That's crazy. That is absolutely atrocious. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, that's crazy though. That's so funny. Now I need to decide. Please help me design this, Yag. So I'm going to make crap loads of dialogue like this, right? And I'm going to export it into these JSON files because I've proved that I can parse it into a dialogue. After seeing that I have honey all over the place, did you vomit? So, Kurb, you're also involved in this design decision. I can either... So there's two things that don't automatically go in into this format. One of them is... please help me design it. Did I hear that right? Yes, you did. So one is the name of the avatar that shows up. So in this case, it's man1. And the second is a true or false flag for whether you can close out of the dialogue without providing any answer. Okay? So I either need to do this in every... See you later, FME. It's good to see you. I have to either put this in every node because the nodes are independent of each other, so this one doesn't have it, I would have to put it in there. Or I would have to maintain some kind of spreadsheet where I tie this to this node and just populate it with just these two. So currently what I'm doing is I have this spreadsheet of all the dialogue. So this is the same. This is the one we've been working on, to have the ID, the text, the avatar, the options, the option targets, and the closing variable. And the reason I'm trying to change that is because what I had to do is I had to do this, I had to copy that, paste it in here. I think the spreadsheet would be faster. So I think the spreadsheet would be faster if I had to do a lot of changes to a lot of dialogues. But this would be faster if I usually got it right first time, basically. Because like if I decided to change the reference of the avatar, then if I had it per node, then I'd have to change all of these. But if I had it in the spreadsheet, it would just be one. How much dialogues do you need to alter is my question. Yeah, that is also my question. I doubt there'll be much alteration of avatars and similarly of the closing flag, which leads me to believe that I should do it in the nodes themselves, I think. Something like the closing flag, that doesn't necessarily, if I decide to change that, it will be probably just in the nodes themselves. Or like in one node rather than all of them for a given character or something. So I suspect I should store it in the node. But I'm scared of doing that because if I change my mind later on, it's gonna be a massive job to get rid of it. Maybe I could, actually, because I have, it gives me, the raw Twine output is like this. So I could open this in a text editor and it has the raw data in here, which includes that stuff I just put in the nodes. So actually, that would be pretty easy to change. Right, decision made. I'm storing it in the nodes. That's what's happening. Cool. Okay. That's terrifying, but that's what we're doing. So the thing I do need to find out is if I can load. Do I need to do this for each dialog file individually, or can I find out how many resource files there are in a folder? All things considered, in the nodes would be easier. The only reason I was worried about it is because when I was making maps earlier, I stored a lot of data in the map file, like let's see if I can find one that has it. This one should have it, right. So here I found that, so I was adding properties into the maps, my head's in the way, like this. But I actually found that frequently I wanted to make changes, and I wanted to make changes on a lot of maps at the same time. So this system was awful for that. It's easier to have it in the spreadsheet. So that's why I'm worried of doing the same thing, but I think the systems are so different that it's actually a good idea to do it in the nodes here. Dev info. Thanks for trying, Yag. So, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Kill all the tabs. So, not heard of this one before, looks interesting, cheers. No worries, it's pretty cool. Check it out if you want to ask me questions. If you have any, I know a little bit, but not too much. Not sure if that was a jab at me, but F you anyways. It wasn't a jab, actually. I appreciate that you wanted to help out in chat. So I guess the resource load doesn't look like it has. It doesn't look like it has like a list of files or something like that. Isn't that the same? You can specify a single resource file directory. If a directory is included in the resource list, all files and directories in that directory are recursively included. And that still doesn't give me a list. That's fine, I guess. Could I... wonder if that will work. Possibly not. No build errors. Nope, that works. That's cool. Okay, so that's fine. So splits by that, splits by that. Split holder. Passage, split holders, no. So passage is decoded passages. Split holder, so I'm just not going to repeat myself basically. Maybe that. So instead of calling this function 3 times, we're just going to call it once. Replace that with split holder. Okay. And then same here, split holder is equal to this. And that should remain unchanged. Actually, I wonder, does it cause an error if we remove this? it doesn't seem to cause an error. Yeah, we jump in. This will. Ah, cool. So it doesn't have. Line breaks don't work anymore. Jeepers. Bad argument, number 1 to hash, string expected on nil. That's the, that would be the avatar, I guess. Yeah, actually there's no reason why it shouldn't have included the links in the text, because actually there's no... That was only my formatting of it. Usually I guess in a Twine story like this you'd kind of you'd place the options in the text frequently for like a Morrowind style dialogue system. Okay, so... Maybe we could search and replace for line breaks instead. Greetings, what are you doing? Why are you trying to break it? Sense it to, maybe it's magic. Yeah, so line breaks don't work. So what are we trying to achieve using that format? Well, I'll tell you what we're trying to achieve. What does it look like? We're talking about brittle 9. Guess that's 9. Yeah, so that's using the different kind of format for strings than usual. So this is treated as part of the full string, I guess. So if we just placed that in, we can edit it straight in the JSON file for now. Number 9, and smiles, and then, oh, that's interesting. Well, let's not do it in the JSON file then. Let's do it in here, and not actually sure how we did this, because I've done this before, not in this format. That doesn't seem to have updated at all. Brittle 9. Yeah, why is that? Okay, that's better. So it does, so the Twine automatically escapes it. I wonder if that just happens to be what we need to do, or if that's going to break it. So it compiles, there's no errors, the escape is removed, so we're just stuck with these \n's. So let's just see if that does what we want it to do. Greetings, what are you doing? Okay, well that didn't work. But I do know there's a way to do it. We'll call line break. I don't know if that's what I'm looking for. Line return syntax constraints for use with text nodes. You can use the code /\n within your text, insert a new line or two for a new paragraph. Ensure that line break is ticked for your respective node. So why did that not work? Thanks for the faith, I guess. Just wanted to tell you good luck. We're all counting on you. Thank you. So I don't know if that's the way to do it. Brittle 9. Yeah, that does the backslashes with an escape in them. Let's see. It compiles. It's always a great start. What is that? Something is rendering over the stream, I think. That's mad. What is that? That's bizarre. Don't think you wanted that. No, I don't know what's happened. Don't know what I've done. Just pasted your code on the overlay. Yeah, I know, but I just don't know where. How? Oh god, it's a source. I've added it as a source. That's mad. Are you sure you want to remove? Yes. There you go. It does compile. Well, it's leaked in the sense that I'm showing you the stuff anyway. It's already on stream. It's just not over my overlay. What is with you? Why are you not? Somebody. Did you add your clipboard as a source? Must have done. I don't know why. I must have been in OBS when I tried to paste. No, so that's updated, but it doesn't work. The game looks beautiful. Did you make the art yourself? I wish. That is another part of the team is responsible for that. Does it have to be unescaped?
Somebody say my name.
Also, Raj needs more AI. He does need more AI. Or maybe not. So what if I forced this to be not escaped? you wouldn't happen to know if it's 16 by 16 or 32 by 32 or what, would you? I mean, I have the files. I just don't know how to work that out. That's it. So we have to not escape it. If I ever have a non-potato and start Twitch streaming, then I'll probably make my bot automatically answer certain common questions. Yeah, you're probably capable of doing that. But I find that Autobrage is good enough. No worries, you're busy. No, I mean, it's absolutely fine. So I know how big a tile is. Where are they? Here. So this is a tile set. Autobrage is keeping with the theme exactly. This is a tile set, and I know that one of these are. How big are they? Is that 40 by 20? I think it's 40 by 20. Probably be easier to tell them tiled. So width 40, height 20. But then what we do in game, or the standard zoom is to multiply that by 2. It's basically 32 by 32, my guess anyways, since it's isometric. I'm glad I answered your question perfectly. So, right, what we need to do is somehow replace that with a single pin. No worries. Pattern replace. That says hello banana, replace banana with Lua user. Hello Lua user. Okay. String G sub banana, replace A with A2. Limit substitutions made to 2. Optional fourth argument N can be used to limit the number of substitutions made, but I don't want to do string G sub. Cool. We split it, and then returns, what does it do? Pair of values returned, the modified string and the number of substitutions made. Okay, so split holder is equal to G sub string is split holder, pattern is that, replace it with that, no limit 1. There's no way this is going to compile. It compiled. There's no way it's going to work. Yeah, that's better. Bad argument number 1, string expected got table. Ah. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Text. String expected. God, did I just plonk in the table? I did, didn't I? I return. Friend called me outside to talk. A friend? Let's try that again, but better. I must be off, but hope you have a wonderful weekend. Likewise, sir. Thank you very much for the resub and your immense 11-month streak. Oh, this is default default dialogue. I forgot this. Free the plebs. That's hilarious. What was the problem? Yeah, that's when I just started implementing the dialogue system. Bad argument number 2 to sets text. String expected got nil. Sounds like Kenshi. Well, the main body of the text was Guru Guru from Ocarina of Time, the Ocarina of... not the Song of Storms windmill guy. Oh god. I think I can hear a mouse. We've got a mouse in our flat. It sucks. Oh god. Oh god, there's 2 of them. I hate mice. Freaking hate mice. Well, I hate rats. They're way worse. Texting my wife. Freaking get back into the wall. Get a cat. She wouldn't allow it. The mice are out. You need to defend me. At least they're tiny. At least they're tiny. Time to get some traps set up. I know I ordered a trap off Amazon, but I was stupid, cheap buttlord, and I got like slow delivery, so it's not gonna be here till like friggin' Tuesday. Friggin' mice. What do I do, guys? I'm terrified. Oh god, and I bonked the mouse. My actual mouse. Right. Can you, like, I gave you food. Get back into your area. Buttlords. Right, I can't see them. If I hear you again, I'm gonna be mad. Shutting the door. Frickin' hate mice. Super slow, cheap buttlord, so it won't be there till Tuesday. Try at least a month of delivery to this Russian land. Well, it's different. My life's at stake. There's mice. There's 2 mice. Maybe I should just get a trap. Where would sell a mouse trap? Got like a tradesman nearby. What are they called? Screwfix? I can't live like this, guys. I can't live like this. This is just inhumane. Mouse trap. Electronic mouse killer. That seems like that's not going to go down well in this household. Has to be humane. Nope. Okay, no. UK, where can I buy humane mouse traps? Pet shops. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. There's a pet shop on the way, but it'll shut soon. See, the problem is that they got into our cupboard and they like just feasted on all our seeds and nuts and crap. But then, so we cleaned it out and we patched the hole to the cupboard, and so that's great. But basically now they're hungry and they're roaming for food, and I am food, and they're gonna kill me. Pets at home will rehome them for you. Is that a UK thing? Pets. It is a UK thing. Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought you have a cat. I have a wife called Cat, but she's not good at catching mice. She actually stood there with a metal pan and she was going to catch it, but she was unable to. So when do the pet shops store? I know there's a pet shop on like nearby here. Maybe they'd have a mouse trap or something. Anytime I'm with the kids, there's always animals up for adoption. But okay, I don't want to be that guy, but aren't mice like snake food? Isn't that a thing they would do with them? Because these aren't like pet mice, these are like pest mice. I don't know if there's a difference, but I can't deal with this. I blame my mother. She's made it like this. Of course, we'd have to catch them first. Well, I would go and get some humane mouse traps and catch them. They seem pretty brazen and bold, so... God, I can't deal with this. There was 2 mice on the kitchen floor. I could hear them squeaking from here. That's like 2 rooms away. God damn it. Okay. I need to do this. Let's find someone to raid because I can't live like this. Remember I had a pet rat house also. I need to hey Jägermaster, I need to get over it. I basically blame my mother because she's like deathly afraid of mice and rats. And when you're a kid, if you see your parent freaking out about something, it kind of just makes you freak out about it as well. So that's why. That is why I'm like this. They're watching streams and the kitchen was up for grabs. I swear to God, like I knew this was happening last night. Basically, my wife got up in the middle of the night and she went to the kitchen, and I was like, I'm suspicious. She got back in bed, and I was like, why did you go to the kitchen? And she said it was because the kitchen, there's a light. We've got like a herb grower or something. The light was bothering her, and then in the morning she's like, yeah, I lied. I could hear the mice in our bedroom, and that's why I got up. To make noise and scare them away. So I'm going to die. That's just a thing. That's reality. We'll see you in the afterlife. I hate it. Right, okay. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I need to go to the pet store and try and buy a mousetrap so I can survive the weekend. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following me up until today, the day of my death, when I get eaten by mice. Not to make your fears worse, but as a child I did wake to a mouse biting my arm. That does make my fears worse, and I am now convinced I'm going to die. Thank you, Fat Modi. Pray for me, everybody. Pray for me. Thank you for watching, though, and if I'm alive, I will be back on Monday. So have a good weekend, and see you later.